Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If anyone's interested, I just want to show some revelation that I found in the Word. Here we are in Isaiah 10:6. This is a prophecy really about when Jesus returns. Now, the imagery of taxi driver the Lord gave me because in actuality, the movie Taxi Driver was based or is based off Messiah. Of course, it's watered down and twisted with secular violence and all that kind of stuff. But it has nothing to do with God. But the general premise of Taxi Driver was based off the story of Messiah. In a very watered down way. But here we are. Here's a prophecy, okay? I will send him against an ungodly nation, against the people of my wrath. I will give him a charge to seize the spoil, to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire in the streets. Okay, here we are in the Targum translation, which is very interesting. It actually describes him as an angel. Woe to the Assyrian government of my fury. An angel is sent from me against them for a curse. I will send him against a hypocritical assembly, and against the people that have transgressed my law will I give him a charge, to take the spoil, to take the prey, and to place him for a treading underfoot like the mire of the streets. Okay, so what I'm about to show you is that we actually see this in John 8. And we learn that this is, in the biblical timeline, this is a prophecy of when Christ returns. Okay, so here we are in the Gospel of John, chapter 8. And, when we read the Gospels, they're not just an historical account of Christ. These are actually future prophecies. All of them are. So right off the bat, when we read John 8, I don't want to get off context, but it's right off the bat, we see that Jesus comes onto the temple early in the morning. What is this? Right when he returns in his second coming. So the woman caught in adultery is a prophecy. But let's move on to the story at hand here. Okay, so here we are. John 8, verse 20 will be the kicker to know that all the contention that we read about throughout John 8 with the scribes and Pharisees and Jesus is a prophecy pertaining to the Isaiah 10:6 that we just covered, right? So really amazing, because Jesus spoke these words in the treasury as he taught in the temple, and no man laid hands on him, for his hour has not yet come. So let's see what he says. He says really amazing stuff that I am the one that bears witness of myself, and the Father that sent me bears witness of me. Then they said unto him, Where is your Father? Jesus answered, You neither know me nor my Father. If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. So what does that mean? Guys, people who are stuck still in mainstream, watered down Christianity, to know Jesus is to also know the Father. To know Jesus is to learn the Gnosis, is to learn the mysteries of the Father's kingdom. And that's going to be a requirement in our future, because we can't get into the Father's kingdom if we don't want to learn about it. And there's no other choice but the lake of fire other than that, because everything of material existence will dissolve away. But then Jesus said again, I go my way, and you shall seek me, and shall die in your sins. Where I go, you cannot come. Now, what does this mean? This goes on and on. Where I go, you cannot come. Because when Christ returns, he's going to have access to higher realms that Satan has no access to. We read this in the Targum translation of Zechariah 2. The Mormon Apocrypha clearly states this. This is really the story of Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's the access of other realms, and Christ is going to bring Israel into these higher realms in the last days. These are the mysteries of the last days. So it's really interesting. We could see this in John chapter 8 throughout all these contentions and all that stuff. And yeah, I think Christ will be in contempt. the scribes and Pharisees say, will he kill himself? You say, all this kind of stuff. But if you read this on your own, we can get amazing insight into this future prophecy. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If anyone is interested in getting some meat of the word. So thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. God bless you.